Clope and Nedick Minster welcome you to this broadcast of girls varsity basketball on NKTelco Sports. We're at the barn this evening where the New Bremen Cardinals are in town, and they're going to take on the new Knoxville Rangers. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: the Crown Equipment Corporation, First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Winners Meats, Sydney All-Glaze Audiology, Precision Strip, Wagner's IGA, New Knoxville Supply, and NKTelco. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dennis Henshin, along with Jeff Henshin, who will give us a stats and some color commentary, welcoming you to the barn where, as you look around, it is plump full. It isn't quite an SRO, but it's pretty close to that. We have people up in the mezzanine as well as both sides of the floor being completely full. So a nice crowd on hand for this MAC battle, which could prove to be either a tie for the MAC title between these two schools or an outright championship by New Knoxville. Let's look at the keys to the game, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. First of all, we'll take a look at the keys to the game for Coach Andy Tinnerman in his first year at New Bremen. After 5 years at Russia, here's what he said. Number one, control the turnovers. Had too many, got to take care of the ball. We just cannot be giving the ball up and to a team like New Knoxville. Then, number two, patience on offense. Value every offensive possession. In other words, anything in the first quarter is just as valuable as it will be in the fourth quarter. So don't think that if you throw it away or if you nonchalant or you forgot what your assignments were, get it going right there. Number three, allow only one shot. In other words, check out, give the Rangers only one opportunity at the basket, and that's it. Now, those are the keys to the game for New Bremen. Now I have the keys to the game for New Knoxville, brought to you by Jeff Henshin.
Coach Hegemeyer, coaching in his last home game tonight in New Knoxville, gave me these three keys. His team needs to hit some outside shots. That helps their offense get moving, opens up the inside game as well by hitting some outside perimeter shooting. Also, his team needs to have good help side defense, a good help defense. Rangers will put some pressure on the ball, and Bremen has some athletic players, so if New Knoxville gets beat off the dribble, you got to rotate properly to make sure they don't get easy looks, and you need to rebound the basketball. New Knoxville's not extremely size-wise gifted against the taller, stronger New Bremen team, so you have to have good spacing, good positioning to secure rebounds. Don't let New Bremen get multiple looks. And thank you to Keyhole Pizza for bringing you our keys to the game.
Okay, we're going to be ready for the introductions here in just a moment. The flags lower.
Yeah, mentioned earlier, New Knoxville comes in 7-1. Both teams, I should say, New Bremen 7-1 in league play. New Knoxville 8-0 in conference play. So as you mentioned, a win tonight by New Knoxville would be their outright MAC championship. They've already earned their fourth. A win tonight by New Bremen would tie New Knoxville, and that would be New Bremen's second in school history MAC title. So good matchup tonight, tournament atmosphere, and again, a full, jam-packed, sellout crowd here at New Knoxville.
Lift your career to new heights with Crown, an innovative global leader in the material handling industry with over a 75-year history of growth and success. We're seeking career-minded candidates for a wide variety of entry-level and skilled positions in our New Bremen, New Knoxville, Salina, Minster, and other U.S. locations. Visit crown.jobs to apply or find us on social media by searching Careers at Crown.
Clope Corporation, America's favorite garage door, is now hiring for all manufacturing and over-the-road Class A CDL driving positions. Clope is the largest residential garage door manufacturer in North America, and we are continuing to grow. Join our team and work in a safe, clean, modern environment. Clope offers a great benefits package as an equal opportunity employer and a drug-free work environment. Imagine the possibilities when you open the door to your career at clope.com/careers.
Are you looking for a new career with amazing growth potential? Nedick Press and Automation is hiring for many positions right now. Nedick is a global company that is growing with its sights on being a billion-dollar company. Machinists, service technicians, human resource personnel, IT specialists, electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, and many more. The opportunities abound at Nedick Press and Automation. Go to minsterjobs.com now to get started on your new career with Nedick.
Okay, now for the starting lineups, brought to you by Sydney All Glaze Audiology. Our officials start tonight are A.J. Kramer, Dan Holland, and Raymond Farrell. So our first player out for New Bremen will be a guard, standing 5'9", a senior, number 2, Lily Lenhartz. The next player out, a forward, standing 5'7", wearing number 5, also a senior, Kaylee Friend. At the center position, number 34, a forward, 5'10" senior, Chloe Bornhorst. And at guard, another guard, number 12, a senior, standing 5'8", Riley Tretman. And the final person of the fivesome is junior, number 14, Abigail Powers, standing 5'5", rounds out the starting 5, under the direction of Andy Tinnerman, who is assisted by Emily Mesher and John Storr. So Andy is the head coach now, first year at New Bremen after 5 years at Rushi. First one out for the Rangers is number 10, a senior, standing 6'1", a guard, number 10, Carson Henschen. Next player out for New Knoxville, a 5'7" forward, also a senior, wearing number 12, Melissa Waterman. At the post position, a 5'10" senior, wearing number 4, Avery Henschen. At guard position, wearing number 2, standing 5'5", and a senior also, Haley Flederjohn. And rounding out the starting lineup for the Rangers is Ellie Gable, number 32, standing 5 feet 6 inches, and also a senior. They are coached by Tim Hagemeyer, assisted by Matt Gable and Court Flederjohn.
Rangers come in 19-2 overall, number 4 ranking in the state. New Bremen comes in 16-5. They earn a number 11 ranking in the state. New Bremen had a heck of a game on Sunday, Dennis. A makeup game against the Marion Local Flyers, a must-win game for them. They do 75-69 in triple overtime to give Marion Local their second league loss and keep New Bremen at 1 and set up this chance for the tie here with a victory over New Knoxville.
There's the tip, goes up, handled there by
Got
New
away with
Bremen.
the double dribble.
Got away with the double dribble. There's a shot by Tretman off the glass, rebounded there by Carson Henschen. Quickly taken up the floor and turned over as someone didn't see it coming, I think. Tretman has it.
Be interesting to see how each team kind of opens up with this large crowd and atmosphere. I mean, New Knoxville's gym isn't extremely large, but it is compact and a lot of right people right on your court, if you will, as should be seeing how they handle the nerves, if you will.
Trentman's shot there in the center was short and off the hands of the Rangers, out of bounds and out of the Cardinals underneath their own basket. Trentman to pull the trigger.
One key we didn't mention, but it's got to be factored in New Knoxville. They can't get into foul trouble. It's just New Knoxville's not very deep. They can't afford cheap early fouls.
Rebounded there by Avery Henschen, up the court quickly to Flederjohn, who now runs the offense for the Rangers.
Then he screens up top. You got to be very careful that you're stationary. You don't get called for a move.
Flederjohn on the right wing for a 3. Not there. Off the iron. Here comes Friend.
Friend leads her team in rebounding with 7 boards. She's very athletic.
There's a lob inside to Bornhorst that's knocked away and stolen by Henschen. And a deflected ball out of bounds. Stays with the Rangers. So Carson Henschen on the sideline. Into Avery.
Need someone in the corner. They don't have anybody there.
There's Avery in the paint. Kicks it out to Carson. Nothing there.
Man-to-man defense by the Cardinals. And Bremen had that big win against Marion Local on Sunday, and then had another game on Tuesday and slipped by a decent Botkins team by 3. So they've had some big ball games here this week. New Knoxville had a makeup game on Monday against St. Henry. They took care of St. Henry pretty easily, but Bremen's had a bunch of games here this week.
From 15 off to the side of the key, no good. Rebounded Bornhorst. over to Trentman. Now to Friend.
Friend is their leading scorer at 14 points a game, just over 14 for the Cardinals. The senior Kaylee Friend, the leading scorer, and also the 7 rebounds. And also very active on defense. She averages over 2 steals a game.
Friend has it, puts it on the floor. Denied though, cut it off. Oh, Abby Powers has it. Now back to Trentman, right on the 3-point line.
The Knoxville strength this year has been defense. They only give up 25 points a game.
And there is a steal picked up by Gable. Henson has it at the elbow. No good. Off the back of the iron. Rebounded there by Lennox.
Lennox with a nice rebound. She averages 6 points a game, six and a half a game does Lily Lennox.
Bornhorst at the elbow. There's a shot from
Powers.
3-point shot, and that's no good. Knocked out of bounds by the Cardinals, so it'll be a Ranger team rebound.
Chloe
Ranger ball.
Holman comes in for the Cardinals. She's a 5'10 sophomore. Chloe Holman, the first support player into the ball game. New Knoxville will play about 6. We'll see Rebecca Leffel for New Knoxville come off the bench. Other than that, it's those 6 basically to get most of the prime minutes.
There's Gable who penetrates. She dives into the 3-second area. She's going to be fouled there by number 14, I do believe.
The Bremen foul against Abby Powers, her first. Team's first. Free throws for Gable. She's a good free throw shooter for New Knoxville on the season, 82%. Averaging 13 points a game. Leads the Rangers in that category, 13 points a game.
And Gable's first attempt is good.
Not only is she the leader there with Henson right behind her at 12.8, but she averages just over 3.5 assists, just under 3.5 steals. A good free throw shooter at 82% and a very good three-point shooter at 41%.
And her makes her second one. Just a quick side note there, Jeff. Ellie's only 13 points away, now 11 from 1,000. So here the ball comes across the line. Trentman has it on the right wing. Looks to Bornhorst.
Waterman earlier, the pass to lane nearly creates the steal. Could have been uncontested at the other end.
Trentman has it. Still has it, kicks it back to
Friend.
Yep. And now from the corner, a shot there by Chloe Holman. Knocked out about by Bornhorst. It will go to the Rangers. Team rebound number 2.
4th rebound of the game for the Rangers on the defensive end. Lennox will come back in for the Cardinals, replacing Trentman. 2-0, Dennis. Kind of a slugfest here. Shooting not been very
slow getting started.
New Bremen has had some shots. They've taken 5 shots already. New Knoxville's taken 3 plus the foul. So the turnovers, New Knoxville's had 1 turnover. New Bremen with 2 turnovers. There they have a girl in the corner for the drive and kick. Waterman doesn't pull the trigger though.
There's Henson in the center, no good. Rebounded by Waterman, and she sticks it back up and in. So a rebound by Waterman and a basket by Waterman.
Offensive opportunity put back for the Rangers, a key offensive rebound. The Rangers don't get a lot of offensive rebounds. Of course, they shoot pretty well from the field, so they don't have a lot of opportunities. But right now, every possession big as there's nearly a foul on Henson.
Friend with a turnaround spin move to the basket. That's good for a nice deuce.
Pretty good legs and quick with the body and good body control and strength. She gets off the ground quickly. It's tough to time it. That time, beat the Rangers to the spot and got the shot off.
Gable with a 3 from the right wing. No good, a little long. Friend lost her dribble and needed help, and everybody left her. So he finally finds Abby Powers. Abby Powers has it. Now to Lenhart. A lob again to Bornhorst. Knocked out of bounds by Henson.
Leonard's pass just a bit underthrown. New Knoxville did have some backside defense. It was a tough spot to try to get the ball entered to Bornhorst or Holman, one of the two, but New Knoxville knocks it out of bounds.
So inbounds underneath their own basket. The Cardinals have it. Trentman to pull the trigger. Looking inside, goes inside. Bornhorst is in there, and they're going to have a jump ball in the paint area. Yes, ball arrow will go to the Rangers on the tie-up.
Turnover, New Bremen, their third of the quarter. New Knoxville with 1. 4-2 the score, 3:11 to play first quarter.
A light press there by the Cardinals, kind of backed it off now, although there is pressure at the line on Fletterjohn. There's
be careful
Gable.
about those screens up front.
There's a drive by Fletterjohn. Pass is knocked away. Here comes Holman. Holman up and good for layup.
Good steal by Holman on the defensive end.
And there's Henson with a shot blocked away, gets her own rebound, and puts it up and in.
Oh, good battle. She was challenged, and she knew she had friend on her, and able to get the offensive rebound back and score in that possession for New Knoxville.
And there is a ball kicked out by the Rangers. It will stay with the Cardinals at midcourt.
Rangers have 2 offensive rebounds and been able to put both back for 4 points already here in the first quarter. Friend will sit down.
Holman inbounds for the Cardinals. Sophomore, 5'10", averaging 4.6 a game is Holman.
New Bremen might only play maybe 6 players as well, maybe 7, but each team not real deep, if you will.
There's a near steal, picked up by Henson. Gable has it.
Becomes a steal.
And there's Gable with a drive, doesn't go down. Off the backside of the rim, rolls around, comes back out.
5'10" Chloe Holman there, though, kind of gave Gable something to think about, forced her to shoot a little bit rough or tough, and there's that foul again. With the body contact up front, you can't do it. New Knoxville is just their first foul of the game, but that's the kind of stuff you got to just move your feet and give a step.
So now Friend comes in the game for Bornhorst.
That was a short break for Friend. She got 30 seconds. And
Holman to inbound.
Back in she comes for Bornhorst.
Lenhartz has it, looking to go someplace with it. There's nearly a 5-second. It is a 5-second.
5 New Bremen turnovers. New Knoxville has been good on defense, but give credit to maybe also New Bremen's defense. Have not allowed New Knoxville, who's had some shots here, to get really on rhythm, and right now it's a very low-scoring game. Both defenses kind of have dominated the first 7 or 6.5 minutes here at New Knoxville.
Becca Leffel in the game now for the Rangers. She's replaced Waterman. She's got the ball now on the left wing, dribbles up towards the middle. Dump pass now into Henson, and she's fouled by number 12, I do believe, Riley Tretman.
Yeah, Tretman played behind her, and boy, it's just too tempting when you see the pass coming to step through the offensive player. You got to get around him quickly, or at least play side stance. But foul goes against New Bremen. And again, they'll rotate Holman out. And again, it looks like about a 7-girl rotation here. Maybe 8. I'm sorry, yeah, 7.
There's Henson with a drive. Misses it, gets her own. Nope, doesn't get her own rebound.
It'll be a team rebound. It looks like Friend, who was battling with the basketball, stepped out
on
of
the line.
bounds. So
yep.
Give a team rebound there for the Rangers. Extend the possession here. With Henson there driving to her left. Couldn't get the shot off left-handed. It's a tough shot when you shoot it right-handed.
Fletterjohn from the right wing. 3. It goes down.
For Fletterjohn, her 28th triple of the season. The Bremen advances the ball quickly down the court.
Lenhartz has it, being guarded by Henson. That's stolen. Fletterjohn has it, and she'll bring it across the line.
Fletterjohn hit her 28th three-pointer of the last possession. She shoots it at a very good 34% for the 5'5 senior, who averages 7 points a game.
Henson sets a screen for Gable. Beckel from the left side, in and out. Long rebound, chased down in the corner there by Tretman. Nope, Kaylee Friend had it, I'm sorry. And it will be timeout by New Bremen in the far corner. I see once just a second. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll just stay here. Just a reminder, folks, that this game can be seen on NKTelco, and sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school basketball action. And you can see this game again on NKTelco Channel 3 or on HD 503 Tuesday, February the 15th at 5 p.m., Sunday, February the 20th at 8 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube or Facebook and at nktelco.com/sports. Remember that code. That's easy to find once you get on the internet. It's there, and you can pull those games up, pull up many games You can watch your favorite team or you can watch the opposition, whatever you wish. So it'll be Cardinals ball at the far end of the court. And Friend is going to inbound it to Tretman. Now they give it to Powers, and Powers is going to walk it across the line. Chloe Bornhorst is out to get it.
There's a lob.
There's a lob, and it's a little too strong, out of bounds. Rangers ball. And
maybe a little bit too flat, and you can't throw it too high. The defense can recover, but New Knoxville kind of was out of position anyway, so the flat pass results in the Bremen turnover, the 7th of the first quarter.
It's 21 seconds here to go in period number 1. There's a shot by Fletcher-Johns again. Nope, she faked it.
Nearly maybe got away with that. I don't know.
She picked up one foot. There's Gable. There's Henson with a rebound. Off the glass and in.
Good extension from Carson Henson.
And that will end quarter number 1. So we will take a precision strip timeout and be right back for quarter number 2.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Okay, back here at the barn where after one quarter the Rangers find themselves in the lead 11-4 over the Cardinals. We start quarter number 2.
Knoxville did that, 11 points on 4 of 14 from the field. New Knoxville was. Of that 4 of 14, they were 1 of 5 from three-point range. The Bremen just 7 attempts. They made 2 of them, 2 of 7. And of those 7 attempts, they were 0 for 2 from three-point range. The Rangers 2 for 2 from the foul line. New Bremen 0 for 0 or 0 for 0 in the first quarter. New Bremen 7 first quarter turnovers. New Knoxville just 2, although New Knoxville's second turnover gave Chloe Holman an uncontested layup to help their offense.
There's a drive here by Powers over to Bornhorst. Now Powers look to go along the baseline. Here's Tretman at the top of the key. And she's going to be swatted there by Gable.
Her first foul, team second. New Knoxville had that one turnover that led to offense for New Bremen. Another key stat for the first quarter. New Knoxville 4 offensive rebounds. I had them down putting 3 of them back for buckets, so 6 points off of offensive rebounds for the Rangers, 6 of their 11.
Holman has it. Bornhorst as they're looking for Friend on the back cut. She's inside now, maybe up against Gable. There's a drive by Tretman. Pulls up at the foul line. Powers has it. Powers kicks it inside.
On Gable. Again, too late. The quickness too fast. And the pass in, and Gable is out of position, so she's forced to reach through Friend. That's now the second foul on Gable. So Rangers leading scorer and ball handler, if you will sit down with 2 back-to-back fouls here. And it just comes down to fundamental defense. Got to beat the enemy to the spot. If you don't, you got to let it go.
Here's a drive by and blocked there by Henson. And travel now by Friend. Friend's drive was deflected there by Carson Henson.
Got a blocked shot. She got her own rebound back, but then shuffled to feet for the turnover. So see what's now Fletcher-John looks like she'll be the primary ball handler. Again, Gable does a lot. She not only just handles the ball, but Gable can penetrate to the basket and scoot and make those, let's say, unorthodox moves and shots to the bucket.
Waterman underneath, missed it from the pass from Henson. She was all alone, rushed it.
Yeah, rushed it or moved by Powers.
Rebounded there by Carson Henson. Over to Leffel. Leffel looks way down in the corner. Now over to Avery Henson, who drives into the paint. Her shot is somewhat deflected, and I believe we'll have a foul on Waterman from behind. Yes.
Waterman picks up her first foul, team's third, and seeing back-to-back possessions where the Rangers and Cardinals have kind of forced it to the basket, if you will, trying to make something happen. Both shots were off, and Coach Hegemeyer is going to take a timeout.
Okay, Hegemeyer takes a timeout. That'll be a precision timeout. It'll be a full one. So we'll take this quick break, and we'll be right back.
Allglaze and Sydney Audiology are committed to providing the most advanced and affordable hearing care solutions.
Did you know that more and more insurances are offering coverage for hearing aids and that we are the most comprehensive provider in the area?
Because we want to serve all in our community, we partner with agencies such as Medicaid, OOD, Sertoma, and most recently the VA, helping our veterans find local solutions to their problems.
Don't leave unused benefits on the table this year. Call us today to see if you qualify.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Crown Equipment Corporation, Grand Lake Health.
Back at the barn here, period number 2, 6:40 to go. This is the biggest crowd I've ever seen for a girls' game at New Knoxville.
Thought maybe the Fort Laramie matchup here a couple weeks ago was big, but this will surpass that amount. Again, I don't know how many people are here, but there is not a place open and people behind us standing around, and people on the end of the court as well. Standing room only crowd tonight for a girls' game. Shows you the enthusiasm this does to these two sports-minded communities.
And there's a near steal by Henson as they tried to intercept the pass going to Friend
Good
underneath.
Anticipation by Avery Henson coming way down as Friend had Flutterjohn posted up, and if Avery doesn't knock it out, Friends will have an opportunity to make a spin move or an opportunity.
There's a near steal by Carson Henson on a pass intended to go to Holman.
Maybe fortunate the Rangers don't get a foul there. It looked like the defender, in this case Carson Henson, was in the same path as Holman. Not called, or maybe it was a little bit of contact. It stays with New Bremen.
Bornhorst has it. Now back up on top between the circles. Powers over to Tretman. Tretman's pass to Friend is intercepted, and it'll be a jump ball pointing towards New Knoxville. So
turnover to Bremen. Good help side defense again by Henson. That time, Friend is so good with her body. She can post up and keep you behind her. And it looked like she was open, and she was, but Henson Avery in this case came from the backside and caused a tie-up, and she can handle the basketball. Just has to be careful of the double team.
Henson to her sister Carson, rebounded there by Waterman. Over to Flutterjohn. Flutterjohn from 3, no good. Ball is knocked out of bounds, I believe, by Gold, and it is. It'll stay with the Cardinals. Oh, no, with the Rangers.
They have multiple looks here. Knoxville had a nice look from Avery to Carson. Again, defense is really forcing the offenses to rush your shots a little bit. And
there's Flutterjohn on a back door. Left-hand layup. Up, in, off the glass, trickles around and down.
Well, the Rangers score in that multiple look possession, so another offensive opportunity, second chance points for the Rangers.
Tretman has it over, a friend has it. Tretman to shoot it, and Tretman got hit in the face.
Hit in the face. You got a jump shooter. They haven't scored basically shooting field goals all quarter. Don't reach down. Just play straight up defense. Force the enemy, in this case, New Bremen, to make a shot. Instead, New Knoxville will bail out Tretman with a foul as Avery Henson picks up her first, team's 5th.
5:39 here to go in period number 2. 13-4. 13. Oh, I thought that was in. 13.
Tretman 7.9 points a game and just under 3 assists. It's her average this season for the 5'8 senior. A lot of seniors playing tonight. New Knoxville will play 6. I think New Bremen started 4. The lone junior was number 11, Powers.
Yes. And she makes the second one. So Flutterjohn has it.
And Chloe Holman,
pressure.
A sophomore off the bench. Other than that, everyone on the court tonight, senior guard or senior players.
There's a ball knocked away by Powers, and she
went out of
stepped
bounds
on the line.
Not real sure how that worked. She deflected it, went out of bounds, and I don't know I thought she kind of got back in. I don't know if you're not allowed to touch it. Be the first one to touch it. If you're the one that runs out of bounds, kind of like in football, I don't know. But New Knoxville avoids the turnover, fortunately for them, as they got to make sure they tighten up their passing here a little bit, because that would have been another like uncontested or layup for the Cardinals.
There's a pass inside.
I wonder if
handled there by
would like to use the bounce
Avery Henson. No good.
A lot of hands there for the Cardinals. Really made it difficult for New Knox for that possession.
Lenhartz has it, being chased by Carson Henson. Trentman guarded by Leffel. Waterman with Friend. Now Powers between the circles.
Quickness by Friend. She wants to go to the basket.
And it'll be out of bounds off of the Rangers.
Again, a lot of movement when Friend gets a basketball. You got to be careful. She can make things happen. She's strong. And what gets her size, she's not extremely tall. She's 5'7", which is good. But she plays much taller than that, and she's quick. She can get up in the air before you have a time to really reload your legs and contest the shot.
Gable back in the lineup at 4:40 here in period number 2.
2 fouls. That's the reason we bring that up. That's the reason she went out, I should say.
Bornhorst out on the right wing. Even deeper there, it is Powers. A ball inside to Holman, and Holman gets the layup of the bunny up and in.
Holman snuck through the Rangers defense, and boy, she had a well-contested shot, able to get the strength up on the glass and use the bankboard to score her 4th point.
There's Henson has it, drives, scoops, and it trickles in. Bounced on both sides of the iron and got down the middle.
Good move by Avery Henson, using her step move through, if you will. Getting high off the glass, and yes, it did bounce around on all 4 sides, but for Henson, her first points of the game, back to an 8-point lead for New Knoxville with 3:50 to play second quarter.
Lenhart's out on top. Here's Holman with it. Now Bornhorst over to Lenhart's.
Leonard's being guarded up top now as they run a weave.
And there's a ball taken away by Henson. Picked up by Henson. Thrown to Gable, and Gable scores 17-7.
Good execution to Knoxville quickly on that turnover, turning it into offense. So a good run of offense there by the Rangers. A Henson basket and then a Gable basket within about 30 seconds. 4 quick points here in the second quarter, a 10-point Ranger lead.
Leonard's over here on the left wing, now back between the circles to Friend. Friend had 30 in that classic game against the Flyers on Sunday. That's a day's work, folks.
75 points put up. When's the last time you've seen? And the other team had 69. It was a lot of offense.
And there's a shot that somewhat deflected, maybe got away with a foul.
But she got her own rebound.
Chased it down.
She's quick to get to the ball. Has a good nose for it. She shot the ball. A lot of times shooters know where it's going, although hers was kind of blocked.
There's a near steal. It is stolen, and there's a scrum on the floor.
We'll stay with New Bremen.
We'll stay with the Cardinals.
Again, Avery Henson really gambled and came down and has been like a ball hawk when they try to bounce it into Friend. She caused that one to slip away. It stays with New Bremen, though.
So Trentman to inbounds underneath their own basket. Looking inside. There it is to Holman. Trentman has it. There's a lob intercepted by Henson. Avery.
I think Avery can run the point if she has to. She's able to handle the ball. It would bring Bornhorst way up top out of her comfort zone.
Fletcher-John on the left wing, puts it down, goes baseline, thinks differently, comes back out. Avery over to Carson. Carson with a jumper along the elbow or the side of the paint, and no good, too short.
Good move, nice shot. You need those shots, those middle-range jumpers to knock them down. Those are big, easy score, good looks, if you will. Not too close to the basket, and not the long three-point shots either.
Trentman out between the circles. Carson Henson on her. They're resetting. Here it comes to Holman.
Holman's had a good quarter as well, a good game, I should say.
There's a lob into the center, stolen there by Avery Henson.
He's had a number of steals tonight, Avery has. Also has caused some steals. Again, Bremen really forcing or trying to look for Friend inside, let her go to work.
Becca on the left side decides differently. Leffel decided nothing.
Just a little over minutes ago, New Knoxville, their leading scorer and ball handler on the court, receiving some very kind of milk some
John
clock.
Up with the ball, and it trickles in.
So much for milking the clock, and Flutterjohn saw a crease and made a good move to the basket, and
there was nobody home in the middle, so she
right idea. I mean, you got to be able to score, and that foul goes against Lily Leonards, her first, team's third.
So Flutterjohn at the line to shoot one, trying to score the three the old-fashioned way.
66% shooter from the free throw line.
And that she gets 20-7 with 1:02 to go.
8 points in the game for Haley Flutterjohn. She's had a three-point basket, two two-point buckets, and a free throw. 13-point Ranger lead, under 55 seconds to play in the half.
Friend had it, kicks it over to Bornhorst, and now to Holman. Now Holman up and in. She's got her basket.
Yeah, New Knoxville had to break down again against Holman. They let her slip by and get the ball, and then chose to foul in the act of shooting. So good play by New Bremen. They needed something good to happen, and boy, give hats off to Chloe Holman. She's done a nice job here in the first half, coming off the bench, and Henschen will sit down. Not sit down, but Avery has 2 fouls. But New Knoxville has had, seems like with Holman, just a couple mistakes, if you will, guarding her.
So Chloe Holman at the line to shoot her style of 1 and for 3, and that one's a little bit long. And that's a long rebound. Picked up there in the scrum, and it'll be a jump ball. Possession arrow goes to the Rangers. So
you got to be careful on those free throws that you don't step to the rim. Ball, if it goes in the basket, you'll get the ball back no matter what. That time it was a long rebound. New Knoxville couldn't quite get a good hand on it. They get a break, though, with the held ball possession favoring them. And 42 seconds. We'll see once they run a lot of clock or try to score the first opportunity.
20-9 with 35 seconds to go here in period number 2.
And they do go to the flex offense, so we'll see once if that'll kill the rest of the clock, if you will, unless they get a basically uncontested layup. They'll probably turn the offense back on around 10.
Gable has it. She's back in the lineup. Henschen has it. Almost stolen. Given to Flutterjohn. Flutterjohn goes. Ball is knocked away. Rebounded by Flutterjohn. Gable has it on the other side with the 9 seconds. Rebounded there by Gable. Up again by Gable with 3 seconds. 2 seconds. And that should end the first half. So, with 2 quarters in the book, we'll take a precision strip timeout for halftime. And the Rangers are in the lead at 20-9 here at the barn. Give us a few minutes and we'll be back with statistics and thoughts from the first half.
Wagner's IGA has been servicing their communities for more than 95 years, spanning 3 generations. Wagner's founded their business on 2 basic principles: excellent customer service and quality products. Visit all our locations and experience the finest selection of deli, fresh meats, and variety of beverage choices. While there, don't forget to check out our vast selection of fresh coffee beans, produce, dairy, and bakery items. Visit Wagner's today in Minster, Fort Laramie, and New Bremen, and check us out on Facebook.
Kemmler Orthopedic Center is focused on a personalized, caring approach to treat all aspects of orthopedics, including total joint replacement, shoulder reconstruction, stem cell injections, and more. Dr. James Kemmler and Jed Cooney, certified PA, are dedicated to providing the best orthopedic care in the Grand Lake region. Kemmler Orthopedic Center has offices located in Salina and Van Wert, along with extended evening hours. To schedule an appointment, call our office at 419-586-5760.
We are here, and here, and here. Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We are certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Adding to the excitement of this evening's ball game, we had a nice performance from the elementary cheerleaders. I think there was 55 or 60 of them out there, and they got an opportunity to perform in front of the crowd. Parents, grandma and grandpa, a nice exhibition by them. Has included some tumbling, which one or two of them really know what they're doing, so a nice presentation there. So we got about a minute and a half to go here before period number 3. The score is 20 for New Knoxville, 9 for New Bremen. And we'll go to Jeff for the first half statistics.
Shooting in the first half for New Bremen. They got off 15 shots and made 4 of them. That's 26% from the field for the Cardinals. 4 of 15. Of those 4 of 15, they were 0 for 5 from three-point range. And the Cardinals were 1 of 3 from the foul line. New Knoxville got off 26 shots, so New Knoxville got off 9 more field goal shots than what the Cardinals did. Of those 26, New Knoxville made 8. That's 30% from the field. Of that 8 of 26, New Knoxville converted on 1 of 6 from three-point range. And New Knoxville made 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Turnovers. New Bremen, 12 first half turnovers. New Knoxville just 3. Rebounding, the Cardinals were 12. New Knoxville with 14. Of those 14, 8 of those were offensive rebounds, in which New Knoxville converted those 8 into 8 points. So good job for the Rangers getting second chance efforts and sometimes third chance efforts to put points on the board. And long way to go here. The Cardinals a lot of time to come back yet. New Knoxville's defense has been pretty sticky. But boy, New Bremen's defense has been all over the place as well. But maybe the breakdown, if you will, the key difference is turnovers to New Bremen. They have 12 compared to 3 for New Knoxville. And the offensive rebound by New Knoxville, right place, right time to put some of those other misses back up for points or continue the possession and ultimately score in that possession.
A couple of Rangers, I believe, that are in foul trouble, to the best of my knowledge, would be Gable and Henchen.
Avery Henchen with 2 and Ellie Gable with 2 for New Bremen. I don't have anyone in foul trouble. Scoring in the first half for New Bremen, Chloe Holman, a sophomore off the bench, 6 points. 2 from Kaylee Friend, 1 from Riley Trentman. Their total of 9 for New Knoxville. Haley Flutterjohn with 8. 4 from Ellie Gable, 4 from Carson Henchen, 2 from Avery Henchen, and 2 from Melissa Waterman.
There's a near steal by the Rangers on a pass that intended for Bornhorst in the paint.
Looked like Bornhorst had an avenue, but New Knoxville's Henchen got a hand on it, and they forced the, whoa, okay. I thought maybe Henchen knocked it out. I thought maybe Bornhorst was the last one to touch it, but Avery Henchen's had a number of deflections that have caused some steals and have come up with a couple of steals of her own.
There's a block by Carson Henchen, and it's on the line, so the ball stays with the Cardinals.
Leonard's got a nice look, so again, New Knoxville gave up the interior look, but Carson able to get a block, but New Bremen gets a team rebound. They'll get another look here. Got a bit of a mismatch here. Bornhorst will get back to work and maybe post up a smaller player. New Knoxville will have to make
being guarded right now by Gable.
Quick move by Trentman.
That is up and off of the back of the iron, or hits some metal behind the backside of the bankboard. So it'll be turnover now to the Rangers.
Right idea, going baseline. Just Trentman, I think, ran out of real estate and just didn't have enough, room to get it back on the correct side of the bankboard. So good defense by the Rangers.
There's Henchen. She drives, and she's going to get fouled.
No,
nope, got to be tied up.
Wow. I get it if you're standing in front of the ball handler, but in this case, it looked like Trentman was standing beside her and evidently able to reach through and and get contact to tie the basketball up.
Henshin had it. She kicks it back out to Flutterjohn, who goes between the circles. Now over to Gable on the right wing. And their pass goes wide. Here comes Friend on fire. She takes off. Rebounded there by Avery Henshin.
Rangers get a break there because Friend is so good in the open court.
Here's Waterman. She has it. That ball's no good. Gets her own rebound, and it doesn't go in on the putback. So Waterman's going to go to the line to shoot two. I believe she was fouled by Bornhorst. Yes.
New Knoxville's had some looks like that, as Bornhorst does commit just her first foul, team's first of the half. But free throws here for Waterman, 67% on the season for the 5'7" senior, averaging 3.5 points a game.
First one there is on line, but short. Off the front of the rim.
Holman back in for the Cardinals. The 5'10" sophomore has 6 points in the game. She averages 4.4. She's been the player, if you will, offensively scoring to have kept the Cardinals in this ball game.
And there Waterman gets that one to go down.
Well, the Rangers get something, if you will, that open look. Lead back to 12.
Looks like a little scissors action. There's Waterman, stole that one. Now Waterman, she's going to go up, and that one she misses. Henshin rebounds it, and
got a foul. Holland had a foul up. He had a closed fist up top, so to go against Bornhorst again. 2 quick fouls for her.
So 2 fast ones on Chloe Bornhorst, and we're going to have a sub here now as Leonards is in for Trentman. And to inbounds it will be Gable. Waterman has it out on the top. Over to Henshin on the right side.
Dangerous, got enough on it.
Gable head fake. Over to Flutterjohn from the left wing with a 3. And off of Flutterjohn on a long rebound, out of bounds. Ball goes to the Cardinals.
Well, I had a lot of momentum on it, if you will. If that ball goes down, I think the place erupts a little bit, as that would have given New Knoxville a bigger lead, a good ball movement, and got an open look from Flutterjohn, who hits a 3-point shot at 34%, so a good shooter, just that one a little bit too much.
There's a pass inside to Trentman, knocked away there by Flutterjohn. Here comes Gable with it. Got her head up, looking for picks.
That's
as
a
well
lot
as
of
for
contact.
open people.
Yeah, good defense by Powers.
There's Carson Henshin. Kicks
Nice
it
pass.
over to Waterman. Waterman up and in with a nice left-hand layup in a crowd.
Assist to Carson Henshin. Went baseline, kept her eyes up, and a good job by Melissa Waterman with a good ball moving without the basketball.
Bornhorst had it, kicks it back out to Leonards. Back inside now to Holman. Now from the right wing, Bornhorst puts it up, rebounded there by Flutterjohn.
Just a little too much on that shot for Bornhorst.
Here comes Flutterjohn, stops and pops, and a little teardrop shot at about 5 foot in the paint. Good for the Rangers. So there's a timeout on the floor by Coach Kinnerman. It'll be a full timeout. We'll take this precision strip timeout and be right back.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Park National Bank, Cargill, St. Henry Bank, Chiltex LLC, Speedway Lanes.
Back here in period number 3, 25-9 is the score, 5:08 to go here in period number 3.
New Knoxville's got off to a decent start here in the third quarter. The defense has pitched a shutout so far against New Bremen. New Knoxville has scored 6 points. And the last one, a floater, if you will, by Flutterjohn. Her 10th point of the game forces Andy Timmerman to burn a timeout, try to stop the momentum. Knoxville come out here with a zone press.
Friend inbounded to Trentman, and so Trentman now, as the Rangers drop back into a little bit of a zone, soft zone, full court.
Take some rhythm out of the New Bremen offense, and New Bremen can break it down. Boy, looked like they may have got an opportunity.
And there's a ball, long rebound, and a couple of Cardinals can't quite get to it as it hits the baseline and bounces out of bounds. Ball goes
Leonard's
to the
got
ring.
a nice shot off of it, a little bit deeper, but still a decent shot. And then you mentioned two teammates, if you will, going after it, can't secure, which would have been another opportunity. Instead, it becomes a team defensive rebound for the Rangers.
Fletcher-John has it. There's going to be a double team over there. She loses the handle. Friend has it. Gives
Good
it
job
to Bornholm.
by the defense by New Bremen. New Knoxville
excellent.
Can't predict, can't get away from the double team.
And there's a nice move by Holman, and she gets in near the block.
Yeah, she was persistent, held on to it, waited for the defense to move, if you will, and
finally squeezed it off the
glass.
glass.
That's a big stop. Now, New Bremen got a turnover after the New Knoxville double team got him a turnover, and then a points here, the first of the third quarter, but good run by the Cardinals.
Fletcher-John has it, kicks it over to Gable. Gable for three, and that's good from the right wing.
Gable makes her first triple of the night. That's her 34th of the season. She shoots it at 41%. She now has 7 points in the game, and it's a 17-point Knoxville lead. Well, that's a big shot. Bremen got a little bit of momentum, and then Gable silences it or answers it with a three-point shot. And Knoxville now able to get back on defense and force New Bremen to run offense 5-on-5.
There's a steal. Yeah, near steal. There is a steal by Carson Hinchin at the elbow. Gable has it. Looking, pulls up, going to take another one. That's another one. So Gable with back-to-back threes. And Coach Kinnaman says that's it. And 30. So take a precision timeout with him. And just remind you that tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors. 5-star recruitment sponsor is Crown Equipment Corporation. MVP sponsor is Clopay and Nidec. Scoreboard is First National Bank. Keys to the game is Keyhole Pizza. Replays, winners meets. Starting lineups were brought to you by Sydney All-Glaze Audiology. Timeout sponsor is Precision Strip. Stats and recap sponsor, IGA, is Wagner's IGA. That's the stats and the recap sponsor, Wagner's IGA. New Knoxville Live View sponsor is New Knoxville Supply. And the player of the game will be brought to you by NKTelco. Those are your sponsors for this evening. We thank them for their cooperation. Without their assistance, this would not be possible. We hope that you're enjoying this game. It's a full house here. Hope you enjoy the ball game at home in the leisure of your living room. Okay, here we go.
Back-to-back buckets by Ellie Gable. 2 3-pointers back-to-back have opened up to 20-point leads, and the Bremen is in a bind. And you get shots to drop.
Leonard's for the three.
Would have been a big shot, but
there's Gable with another one, a little hard. Almost rebounded there by Waterman. Can't quite get it. Now back over to Friend. Now
Gable
back
with those two made triples and successive possessions now at 10 points on the game. Her and Fletcher-John each with 10 for the Rangers.
Powers drove baseline, but she was shut off there, and as she tried to skip it to the backside, got kicked out of bounds by the Rangers. It'll stay with the Cardinals. Trentman to inbounds underneath her open basket. Over to Friend. Bornhorst, back cut.
Nice job defensively.
Rebounded there by, stolen by
Rebecca Leffel.
Over to Gable from the other point.
That's a 1,000.
That might be it.
That is a 1,000. I don't see if they'll stop the game.
I don't think they'll stop the game.
I think they'll stop it here after New Bremen gives the ball up. Back-to-back triples for Ellie Gable. That should be her 1,000th career point, and was single-handedly here in the third quarter almost put the game out of hand a little bit.
And there'll be a foul by number 3,
Rebecca
Leffel.
There, we announce it.
Yep, they're announcing it now. Ellie Gable's last three-point goal gave her 1,000 points for her career. she gets a hug from Coach Hagemeyer and her dad and Coach Fletterjohn. So now she's going to just go across the floor, give the ball to Mom maybe.
Yep. Coach Hagemeyer will take a timeout as hopefully there's another basketball available for the game to complete. Coach Hagemeyer will burn a timeout.
And the athletic director, Kay Webb, brings out another ball, so we're ready to go if they don't take a timeout.
I think Coach Timmerman said don't need to burn one, just play on. I think Coach Hagemeyer was going to make sure
everything was coy.
Yep. But boy, Gable 9 points here in the third quarter on 3 made triples, has grown the lead now to 23 points for the Rangers. 2 minutes to play third quarter.
There was a foul by, I believe, Leffel.
Again, foot speed. Knoxville plays tight defense. If you've got some quick guards and such, that makes it a difference. You can get around the defenders and force the action and force the defense to make plays. That time Leffel a little bit too close, and then once beat, tried to catch up and committed the foul.
There's a long pass out to Powers, being guarded there by Gable. Now over to Trentman, drives baseline, off the glass, no good. Rebounded there by Avery. Over to Fletterjohn across the timeline. Now Fletterjohn
nice job defensively. Forced Trentman into a difficult shot, and then when it was missed, made sure they didn't get another look at it with a good rebound.
Back to Henshin.
And ready to score.
And Fletterjohn got picked, but it'll be a foul on
Chloe Homan. That's about the first negative thing Homan's done tonight. I mean, she's had a nice game offensively with her second foul there. Homan 8 points off the bench.
She was a big part of that game on Sunday against Marion. I think she had 6 or 8 points in that game, too.
You said Friend finished with 30.
Yes.
In that triple overtime classic, 75-69. Wow.
That's a lot of offense for ladies and men.
Yeah, you just don't see that
but
often.
It's a game and a half.
You may see 75 for one team and maybe 25 for the other team.
Yeah.
That's both teams scoring the ball at will.
There's Gable in the paint. That shot is deflected.
I think Leonard's got a piece of it. It'll stay with you, Knoxville.
And got deflected off of some Cardinals, so it'll be Rangers ball underneath their own basket. Here's Waterman back in the lineup for Leffel. Ellie Gable to inbounds it underneath the Rangers basket. Gable has it on the right wing. Over to Henshin in the paint. Off, goes up, off the glass, no good. Rebounded there by Holman. Here comes Trentman.
No one picked up Trentman, but she maybe didn't realize it right away and was already moving to the left. She kind of had a bit of an opening. Under a minute to play third quarter.
Trentman between the circles, a backdoor pass there to Abby Powers.
Henshin got a hand on it. Fletterjohn will get credit for the steal. 5th turnover of the quarter for the Cardinals. Knoxville just with 2 here in the quarter, but that's 17 turnovers in a game for New Bremen.
There's Waterman on a pass from Henshin at the top on a backdoor cut. She's fouled as she goes up for a deuce, so she's going to the line to shoot 2. That was one of Coach Tinnerman's first things, is control our turnovers, and there's still a problem for him tonight.
Coach Timmerman is not alone in that category for teams that have played New Knoxville this year, as New Knoxville's defense has really forced a lot of pressure defense and made, if you will, the enemy into some bad decision making. Just 32 and 34 come in for New Bremen.
33 seconds here in
Mallory
period
Messick
number
is 32.
In period number 3, I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Messick is 32, and maybe it was also Holman. Messick, 5'8" senior into the ball game, wearing number 32.
And Waterman's next shot is off the iron, no good. So she has 1 for 2, 35-11, 27 seconds here in period 2. There was a turnaround jumper by Friend at about 15 feet. Gable has it on a long pass by Henshin.
Good, another rebound for Henshin.
There's Becca layup on the baseline.
Well, the Rangers have missed some point-blank shots here. I don't know if their defense is rushing them, but they've left some points on the table.
There's a kick out. And a last desperation. Not bad by Friend, but not good. So after 3 complete, it is New Knoxville 35, New Bremen 11. We'll take a quick break here, and we'll be right back after this precision strip timeout.
Winners Meats. Quality meats for 4 generations. Hoagie Lumber. Hilsman Automotive.
Are you looking for a new career with amazing growth potential? Nidec Press and Automation is hiring for many positions right now. Nidec is a global company that is growing with its sights on being $1 billion company. Machinists, service technicians, human resource personnel, IT specialists, electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, and many more. The opportunities abound at Nidec Press and Automation. Go to minsterjobs.com now to get started on your new career with Nidec.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Okay, we're back here with the score 35-11 in favor of the Rangers over the Cardinals at this moment. We will be entering period number 4 here at the barn.
Good third quarter for New Knoxville. They shoot 5 of 12 from the field. Of those 5 of 12, a very impressive 3 of 4 from the three-point line. All those coming from Ellie Gable as the third one she made. Gave her 1,000 points in her career here at New Knoxville, but good shooting for the Rangers. They also forced 5 more New Bremen turnovers, and New Bremen just 1 of 10 from the field in the third quarter.
There's a drive by Friend across the key. Nice up and in.
That's a tough shot. Again, she's going to her left, and she's got to jump, and it's got to bring it back. And again, pretty good defense, and just high up in the air did Friend go, and scores her 4th point of the game.
There's Carson Henson from the baseline on the left side, and she buries a 3.
Assist from her sister, and good move by Carson Henson, able to catch and release in one motion. Gets a steal at that end.
Henson. She's up, leading Carson or to Gable, over to Becca and to Leffel.
And Hegemeyer will get a timeout.
Yep, and so Coach Hegemeyer calls a quick timeout. We'll take a 30. I think they have one. So we'll stay here and remind you that NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school basketball action on NKTelco Channel 3 or HD 503. Tonight's broadcast can be seen again on Tuesday, February the 15th at 5 p.m. and Sunday, February the 20th at 8. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and nktelco.com/sports. So,
mentioned before the game and all, the senior night, they honored Coach Hegemeyer. This will be Coach Hegemeyer's last season as head coach at New Knoxville. This is his 17th season. He's won coming into this game 273 wins against 133 losses. That's 67 winning percentage, and has, I think, 3 MAC titles. You have the other one, Dennis, back in 81. The Rangers have also won in 06, 13, and then this year. And the Rangers collected one back when you coached back in 1981. So the 4th MAC title, the 3rd for Coach Hegemeyer. Also had a state tournament runner-up team in 07.
Fletter John with a 3 from the deep in the left corner. Going to try to get, nope, she doesn't.
Offensive rebound, though, by the Rangers will keep it alive.
And there's Avery trying to drive through there, loses the handle, out of bounds off of the white. So it'll be Cardinals ball.
Coach Hegemeyer, all-time winningest coach in wins here in New Knoxville school history. He surpassed Roger Stauffer a couple seasons ago. For Coach Hegemeyer, his final season as head coach, 17 as head, I think 2 as JV under Dwayne Nextrove. But this is his last home game he'll be coaching here on the New Knoxville gym floor. This team, we'll talk about that, Dennis, later on, the tournament draw. Rangers #1 seed will go to work on Wednesday.
They will go to work next week, Wednesday.
This coming Wednesday.
Yeah, next week. And the Cardinals will get into that. They're also #4 seed, I believe, so they're going to go. Fletter John from about 18 feet on the baseline on the left side. That's good for Deuce.
12 points for Fletter John. Again, a mid-range jumper and an assist by Gable Friend.
Friend with a 3. That's good.
5 points in the quarter for number 5, 7 in the game.
Leffel has it on the right side. Now back to Henson between the circles.
Rangers as a team give up 25 points a game, so they're well on that pace. Just with the 16 points tonight given up so far.
There was a drive by Flutterjohn. I thought she would shoot the three. She didn't do that, and she didn't pull the trigger on the deuce.
Trying to find a breakdown in the man-to-man defense by the Cardinals.
There's Becca Leffel, kicks it inside to Avery Henson, who looks, nope, Gable for three. That's off. I can see that one. Long rebound run down there by number 32, Messick. Over to Holman. Holman looking for somebody.
Nearly a 5 count here.
And that overpass inside the Bornhorst is no good.
8 second half turnovers, 12 in the first half. That's now 20 turnovers in the basketball game for the Cardinals. And again, the key to the game that Coach Timmerman talked about was taking care of the basketball. It's been a tough task for his girls to do that tonight against a very good defensive New Knoxville team.
There's Flutterjohn with a penetrating drive to Leffel to Gable on the left wing for a three. That's good.
1,003 points if you're keeping track of all-time scoring. And Coach Timmerman wants to take a timeout, I think, to get some subs into the ball game before 22 left.
So Andy Tinnerman takes a timeout for New Bremen. That'll be a full one. That is a precision strip timeout. We'll take this break and we'll be right back after this message.
Allglaze and Sydney Audiology are committed to providing the most advanced and affordable hearing care solutions.
Did you know that more and more insurances are offering coverage for hearing needs and that we are the most comprehensive provider in the area?
Because we want to serve all in our community, we partner with agencies such as Medicaid, OOD, Sertoma, and most recently the VA, helping our veterans find local solutions to their problems.
Don't leave unused benefits on the table this year. Call us today to see if you qualify.
All right, back here at the barn. 4:22 to go in period number 4. New Knoxville in the lead right now, 43-16. Any thoughts, Jeff?
Right now, the Ranger defense has just been suffocating. The 20 turnovers they've caused and just make it frustrating for the other team. And on the offensive end, they've been able to take care of the basketball. They get shots and opportunities. The limited number of turnovers for New Knoxville, just 6 in the ball game, means they get a whole lot more field goal shots taken, and they've been able to even get offensive rebounds off them that they didn't make and put those back for buckets. So it's been an all-rounded kind of dominating performance. It took a bit to get started. New Knoxville did open up 11-4 lead in the first quarter, and the defense just continued to be tight, and the offense just kept doing enough. Got to 20-9 at half.
Powers on the last shot.
And then outscored New Bremen 15-2 in the third quarter. That really opened up the game. So
Henson along the baseline, kicks it out to Flutterjohn. Gable. And that one is a little short. That's not bad. Might as well smile and say I knew I wasn't perfect. So Gable misses that one, out of bounds to the Cardinals. So here comes Trentman across the timeline. Guarded by Waterman. There's a drive by Friend. Rebounded there by Avery Henson.
She's had a number of rebounds tonight. A couple times she's even thrown the ball quickly down the court for transition opportunities for New Knoxville, but hasn't scored a bunch tonight, has Avery Henson, but sure has played good defense and, again, come up with some big defensive rebounds to limit the Cardinals to just the one-and-dones.
Rangers in flex mode, and I believe they got Waterman for dragging her foot. And Erica Wiedock steps on the floor for the Rangers for the first time, replacing Waterman.
So Bornhorst and Holman back in for New Bremen, taking Friend and Trentman out. Trentman out with 3:11 to go. Again, run through, you can mention who the Rangers play for the tournament draw. They play Wednesday. I think you've got that bracket.
Yeah, I do.
Paperwork right
Give me
here.
a second. Yep.
I'll watch the game, and you can read upcoming games for the Rangers.
Okay, there's a pass knocked away
by the Rangers. It'll be off of the Rangers.
Next week, the Rangers will play on Wednesday night in a single game at Spencerville. They're going to play number 13 seed Upper Scioto Valley. That'll be at Spencerville at 7 o'clock. A week from this Saturday, New Bremen will enter the tournament action. Nice move by Holman there on a drop step over her right shoulder. They will play the winner of Parkway Ada, and I'm going to assume that's Parkway. Parkway is a nice ball team, and I think that they'll be able to play with Ada. So those are your tournament draws and your tournament teams right away. Henshin has it on the left side, over to the other Henshin on the right side. Fletterjohn has it swiped from her, and now there's a tie-up, and it'll stay with the Rangers.
So the win tonight will give New Knoxville the outright championship as Avery Henshin plays her last minutes here on New Knoxville court. Again, just 2 points in the game for the senior, but boy, I thought she did a lot of things defensively pretty well tonight, and maybe we'll get her points, the next game or when they're needed again, but a lot of facets of the basketball game you can do well, and Rangers have done a lot of them correct tonight.
Waterman has it on the right side. Now they reverse it all the way back over to Gable, back down again.
With Weedock in the basketball game, all 7 seniors have played tonight, and that's basically been the chunk of the minutes tonight, all 7 seniors, and taking care of business on their home court in front of a sellout crowd tonight. I don't know where you could have put more people. When the 50-50 draw is over $200, there's some people in attendance. So thank you to both communities for coming out and supporting girls basketball on a Thursday night.
They set a play there, I believe, for Weedock, and she just didn't feel comfortable as the defense. There's Gable on a drive, left hand that's got deflected, picked up by the Cardinals. So here comes Powers, ahead to Holman.
Right now for New Knoxville, just play regular defense, nothing fancy. The clock's running down, minute 24.
And there's a long one by Holman that's not good, and that goes out of bounds. Ball goes to the Rangers. So Becca Leffel comes on the floor for Carson Henshin.
She sits down with 7 points, and again, very active on both ends of the court, and well-deserved round of applause. And New Bremen brings out all 5 of their starters, and New Knoxville will do the same. And all will be seniors coming off the court. Allison Top into the game, replacing Haley Fletterjohn. Kiana Wellman in, replacing Melissa Waterman. Lauren Wingler in, replacing Ellie Gable. And we've got to slow down here. Olivia Lammers in, number 50. She'll have to wait.
Gonna have to wait. We got too many players on the floor otherwise. For New Bremen, I see Burden on the floor.
Number 10.
I see number
3, Maya Hirschfeld. Number 20, Chirika Wooten. Number 42, Sarah Dwenger. All those girls were in a JV contest. Yes. New Knoxville's JV, basically it's the same team we saw here in JV, where New Knoxville won a JV contest, the final game of the season. Under a minute to play.
Leffel has it deep down in the corner, drives baseline. She's going to try to put it up. Off the iron, no good. Rebounded there by
Burden.
Yes. 44 seconds to go.
Again, they're just going to, good move here. Yeah. Let's blow the whistle. Don't need to call a timeout as Rebecca Leffel and Erica Weedock, the final seniors, 6 and 7, if you will.
Dan Holland, the referee, who made that judgment call.
Sometimes,
nice one.
It can be a whole lot more complicated. It has to be to stop the game, but the subs come in. And good move by Dan Holland. And that way the seniors can get their necessary round of applause one last time on their home court. So this win tonight will put New Knoxville at 20-2 on the season. They'll finish the MAC Conference 9-0. It's their 4th title and their 2nd outright title. They've shared 2 and now will have 1-2 outright. The Bremen will finish the season 16-6, 7-2 in league play.
And there's a near steal, but still held on by the Rangers. There's a shot by Top from the right wing, no good. Handled there by Burden. She's taken off, and she can't get it off in time. So that concludes the game. The Rangers are MAC outright champions. The New Bremen Cardinals finish at 7-2 in league play. And a nice game for everybody, I believe. Obviously, no one from New Bremen likes to score, but a great crowd, great atmosphere, a good game for each team. No injuries, I don't think, and everybody is ready now to go play tournament action. So we'll be right back here in just a moment for our highlights and our recap and give you our player of the game. So if you would, please just give us a few minutes and we'll be right back.
Lift your career to new heights with Crown, an innovative global leader in the material handling industry with over a 75-year history of growth and success. We're seeking career-minded candidates for a wide variety of entry-level and skilled positions in our New Bremen, New Knoxville, Salina, Minster, and other U.S. locations. Visit crown.jobs to apply or find us on social media by searching Careers at Crown.
Clopay Corporation, America's favorite garage door, is now hiring for all manufacturing and over-the-road Class A CDL driving positions. Clopay is the largest residential garage door manufacturer in North America, and we are continuing to grow. Join our team and work in a safe, clean, modern environment. Clopay offers a great benefits package as an equal opportunity employer and a drug-free work environment. Imagine the possibilities when you open the door to your career at clopay.com/careers.
Midwest Athletic Conference Commissioner Don Kemper with some nice words there. He'll hand over the trophy to the 7 seniors and
paid respect to John Seidenbender, our previous MAC commissioner who passed away this summer. He's a fine man. I worked with him. He was an outstanding guy. A teacher, I believe, for a while at Parkway, and then he took over as our MAC commissioner.
I'll go through the stats here. I'm ready to roll here. So while you watch the picture presentation and such for the Rangers, field goal shooting in the game for New Bremen, they finished 8 of 33. Did the Cardinals, included in that just 1 of 11 from three-point range and 1 of 3 from the foul line. New Knoxville 16 of 47 from the field. Included in that was 6 of 15 from three-point range. Ellie Gable had 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Flutter John had 1 and Carson Henson had 1. Their total of 6 3-point makes on the night, and the Rangers were 5 of 7 from the free throw line. Rebounding, New Knoxville with 29 rebounds, New Bremen with 23. New Knoxville had 12 offensive rebounds, really came up big, converting those to points. Turnovers, New Bremen committed 20, New Knoxville just 7, so good job by the Rangers taking care of the basketball. Individual scoring leaders for New Bremen, Chloe Homan with 10, Kaylee Friend with 7, Riley Trentman with 1 for their total of 18 points. New Knoxville, Ellie Gable 16, Haley Flaherjohn 12, Carson Henson 7, Melissa Waterman 6, Avery Henson 2, their total of 43 as the Rangers dominate tonight and earn that outright Midwest Athletic Conference championship, conclude their season 20-2 overall, 9-0 in Midwest Athletic Conference play. Congratulations, lady, and Coach Hegemeyer in his final regular season home game here at New Knoxville, and job well done. His team was ready, and boy, the crowd, the atmosphere, I mean, what more could you ask for? New Bremen wishes they could have been a little bit more on offense, but boy, New Knoxville defense really stymied them.
This was a big week for the New Bremen girls, having the Sunday game, the Tuesday game, and now the Thursday game. Now they're going to get to rest now all the way up until next Saturday night, so they're going to be off for a few days, but this has been a big week, and I'm sure they're also kind of tired because they will hit the tournament trail on February the 19th at Shawnee, when they probably will play Parkway in the Parkway Ada winner, and I think it'll be Parkway. And New Knoxville will be back on the court next Wednesday night.
NKTelco will have that game brought to you at Spencerville, and they'll play Upper Side of Valley. So.
And that's a 7 o'clock start because it is a single game. So,
player of the game.
Player of the game. Okay, here we go, Jeff. Who are you picking?
Well, we looked it over and we decided Ellie Gable scoring her 1,000th point tonight. Really pushed the game wide open in the third quarter, hitting 3 3-pointers. The third one was her 1,000th point. She hit another one in the fourth quarter to end the night with 16 points. Congratulations to Ellie Gable, our NKTelco player of the game tonight. Job well done. The Rangers, again, team effort tonight, but Gable will be our player of the game.
Kadoke. All right, so Ellie Gable, player of the game, brought to you by NKTelco. And it's happy to sport. I wanted to mention this during the game. Andy Tinnerman played with a large group of guys from over at New Bremen, and I see several of them here tonight. He played with Spencer Rohr, Marcus Bergman, Justin Eilerman, Logan Bronkema, and Dean McFarland. And a couple of his teammates are here tonight. I see Caleb Williams from UNOH is here, and I see Clay Heitkamp out there also, and that's about 6'8" and 6'8". And who do we appreciate? Yeah, that's right. Those are big boys, and they're all classmates. And in fact, I shouldn't say this, but those guys played for me for a couple of summers, so we had a pretty good time. So that pretty much concludes our broadcast tonight. Good luck to the New Bremen Cardinals as they hit the tournament trail. I think they should be rather successful. Their next big contest, I feel, will be when they have to take on, let's see, I got to go back to my drawing board again. They take on who, Lewis? You got that in your head? They'll take on, they'll take on, I think, Parkway, and should they win that and Marion wins, they're going to have to play Marion at Wapakoneta once again. So they've got their work cut out, but they got a little time off now, and they're a competent and capable team. So certainly Andy's will have them ready. So hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast. And to conclude tonight's game, New Knoxville wins over New Bremen. That's all. Have a good evening. We'll see you on the tournament trail. Good night.